The great Christopher Mad Dog Russo is with us. Mad Dog Sports Radio Sirius XM does the afternoon show 3 to 6. I am on every Friday at 5:05 making picks with him. A 3-0 week last week, Doggy.
I don't like
3-0.
that. I don't like that. And I was 0-3.
Yeah.
So I took the Jets, which was stupid. I wasn't 0-3 with betting because last week I did 2 parlay bets, and the ones that cashed in the second half of it was Atlanta on the money line and Minnesota plus 145. And then I had, after I took the over of Denver and the Colts, I took the Tampa money line plus 125. Last play of the game, they score. 2 big parlay bets back to back and a belly to belly. So you can talk about going 3-0 all day. Stugotz, nobody gives a crap. The bottom line is my wallet won. I don't care about these things. My wallet won.
The audience cares. They don't like us going to combine 1 and 5, Doggy. That's what we did week 1.
The audience doesn't like it, 100%. The audience does not like it. But I did well with the bets. You were unlucky that first week. You got a little luckier last week.
Yes, Mikey A. I think Mikey A. because we're looking for a payoff on the bet here. So whoever has the better record for the regular season. Whoever has the worst record is going to have to pay off a bet. And I think Mikey A has a good way of doing this. Mikey A, tell Dog what you're thinking here.
So my idea is this. You both have a lot of contacts in the industry. You both have a lot of celebrity friends in your phone. The loser has to get the most famous person in their phone on the other person's show.
Or let the person choose who he wants on the phone.
Yeah, there you go.
Way. Yeah, okay. Either way. Well, would you take Troy Aikman?
I mean, I would take Troy Aikman. Would you take LeBron James?
Yes, I would. You have LeBron on your phone?
I'm showing off. Yeah, I got Warren Buffett. You want him?
I don't know. Boy, that's I got Manfred. Would you take him?
I think I'd take Aikman over Manfred, to be honest with you.
All right, let's see. Dusty Baker, you don't need him anymore.
No. You do, though. Yeah.
Let's see. Bud Black got fired. You don't need him.
Bud Black!
Bochy, Scott Boras.
Boras.
That's a good bet. That's a good bet. Calipari,
like
would you take Calipari?
I would take Calipari. That's a good one. Yes, that would certainly be in the discussion for me if I win this bet. Yes.
Yeah, I like that. That's Chris Christie. Would you take him?
Huh.
He's good.
Taylor, how do we feel about Chris Christie? Huh?
He's good on the air.
He does know ball for sure.
I thought for sure Taylor was going to say he'd rather have Doug Christie, but
Doug Christie.
Christie Brinkley.
Yeah, that too. That's a good bet. Let's do that one. That's a good one.
All right, so you'll have to go through my contacts. I'll go through yours. Listen, we'll select 3 each, okay? Because I can't guarantee that LeBron's going to say yes.
With 3 each. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Doggy, you look at dapper today. I got to tell you.
How you doing? Things good? You get your little crew there? Things are okay, right?
Yeah, everything's great. We were having a discussion earlier, Doggy, earlier this week. I wonder your thoughts on it. A 55-yard field goal used to mean something.
Yeah,
and now it's like a chip shot now, dog. It drives me crazy.
It's like the reliever throwing 100 miles an hour, 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, and you can't get a hit. And the big starting pitcher gets taken out after 6 innings because the reliever that we've never heard of is too good. It's the same thing with the kicker. I mean, look at the Cowboys and couple this, of course, with the kickoff rule where you start the 35-yard line. I mean, the Cowboys made one play, got to midfield, and then Aubrey makes a 60-something, 64-yard field goal. I mean, you almost have to legislate something for the field goal kicker because the field goal kicker has become too extreme. He's too good. And nobody wants to see field goals and have guys, and have the field goal kicker, who is an obsolete guy to begin with, be the stars of their game or their league or whatever. So whatever you come up with, I think that's a good idea. Now, whether they do it or not, but I like that. I mean, look what Steichen did trying to set up a 60-yard field goal to beat Denver. You know, now that didn't work out, but Boswell, 60-yard field goal to beat the Jets.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what it is now. The goalposts, you name it, but it is a major problem. I don't like a 65-yard field goal being so routine.
Yes.
I think something needs to be done. I'm with you on that.
Steichen, I'm glad you brought him up, Doggy, because that game, there's no way an NFL game should end like that, where a guy's trying to block a kick, gets a 15-yard penalty for fucking trying to get leverage. He just tried to get leverage. He's doing anything he can to block a kick.
Well, it's a health issue. They don't want to get the center hurt. That's a tricky call. I give Peyton
It's a violent
credit.
game, dog.
Yeah, that's fair. I give Peyton credit because Peyton didn't make a big deal about it after the game. Now, Lutz missed a 40-yard field goal. Was it 43 yards? That he hit the upright on the series before that. Mm-hmm. So if he makes the kick, this is this is not a factor. But yes, I think that that was a rough call for Denver. Now I can't feel sorry for him because they had many chances not to be put in that position. And guys, one thing: if you will let the officials get involved in the game, you could lose. In any sport, if you allow the officials because you did not put the game away earlier, or, you made a dubious foul call, whatever the case, if you allow the officials in basketball and football to get involved, sometimes you deserve that fate. So keep that in mind, too.
Dog, I consider you a legend, a New York sports legend especially. And I thought what the U.S. Open did to you, not giving you tickets to the finals, was an embarrassment.
Tickets. And Steve Colbert gets tickets. Really, Steve Colbert would have known Manuel Arantes from Guillermo Vilas. And I love Bruce. Does Bruce know anything about tennis? Let's be honest.
Sergio Garcia.
Sergio, he likes Alcaraz, so maybe I can see that one. But the bottom line is, it's a joke. And they don't pay for the tickets. The agents call, and their payment of the ticket is to make sure they put it up on their social media page. That's bullshit. Excuse my French.
It's a disgrace.
That's not right. How about this? How about the loyal tennis fan who's been at that? And how many years, Stugotz, have I covered the U.S. Open? In the old days, Forest Hill, not at Forest Hills. Let's not go back that far. But in the old days, I was at WMCA in 1988. In a men's final between Lendl and Mats Wilander, which was pushed back a day, the final because of a rainout. And I was there on a Monday afternoon, 13,000 people, 4 hours and 42 minutes, 4 sets, doing reports. So and I was there every Saturday for 20-something years.
Should get you final tickets for life.
Nobody's been more loyal to tennis than me. And, we're going to play this game now that Colbert gets a couple of tickets. That bothers me. And I did that on First Take, so they got word of that. If I do it on Sirius, nobody listens. But I did it on First Take, so they got word.
That's where he hammers home the important points. He wants to get a message across. He does it on First Take. I love it.
I do it there. But that bothered me. Listen. I do those madabouts as best I can to get a little juice, and it helps when I have something that is individual, that is passionate. That's Sunday.
Taylor, were you even finished with your question, or?
I was just going to echo everything he said. Like, Jimmy Butler wasn't there in the early days of tennis.
Oh, no, he's right. Like Springsteen.
Wasn't there.
Taylor, you're right. Springsteen, do me a favor. Show up to a second-round match, U.S. Open, before we start gifting you tickets to the finals, dog. Enough.
Absolutely right. Or get up at 3 a.m. to watch the Australian Open final.
Thank you.
In the middle of January, which is what I do every year. Those kinds of things.
Bruce doesn't do that.
I went to Wimbledon this year for 2 days, and they did, and ESPN and my agent took care of me, so I can't moan and groan too much. That's for sure.
Go ahead, Mikey.
Dog, first time, long time, big fan.
Good job, Mike.
Justin Fields out this week.
Are
we going to be week 1 Justin Fields the rest of the year, or do you think it's going to be a lot more week 2 Justin Fields the rest of the year?
Probably in the middle. He played really well in that first game, and then he was terrible the other day. And this is what you get with Justin Fields. This is why the Bears gave up on him, and he was a first-round pick. This is why he wasn't drafted that high in the opening round when he came out of Ohio State. This is why Tomlin went to Wilson, when they were 4-1, whatever their record was last year at this time. They were good. They were 3-2 or 4-1, whatever it was.
4-2.
4-2, good job there. So from that standpoint, this is why. And now the Jets trade him for a 6th-round. The Jets got him for a 6th-round pick. This is what you need to know. Fields is, he's a great competitor. He's a good kid. Players on the team like him, but he's a quarterback that if you play him 17 weeks, you're going to go 8-9. And that's just all there is to it. You have to go out there and you have to have the quarterback. I'll tell you right now, give Mayfield credit. I never thought Mayfield would be this good. Mayfield's played well last year. He hasn't been great in the playoff games yet, and he wasn't great last year against Washington. He didn't play well. He fumbled in big spot, but he is competitive. He's got a little chip on his shoulder, and he's played really well these first 2 games of the year in Atlanta and in Houston. He's played well.
It's been an amazing turn for Baker, where I think any fan base, that's what you want from your quarterback: the grit, the toughness, the willingness to get into a defender's face, the ability to drive down the field and win a big game at a big spot, dog. It is amazing that the number 1 overall pick, who was essentially run out of Cleveland for Deshaun Watson, has had this career resurgence in Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield personifies what every fan base wants from their quarterback. No?
100% right. He's competitive. He gives you everything he got. He's good on 4th down. He runs. His body, he doesn't worry about, injuries. He puts his body out there. He's just got a competitive gene. He's got a little bit of a grudge because he was small. Texas Tech, the Browns. He's got a lot of doubters with Baker Mayfield, and he uses that as fuel. And I think you saw that the other night. That was a great play on 4th and 10. When he got the first down there, they played a little coy with that clock because they cost themselves a down. Now, they didn't worry about it, but they went from 34 to 13 seconds and did not call a timeout. And they would not have been able to play on 4th down. That was a 2nd down touchdown with 6 seconds. They would have got a 3rd down in, but because they didn't call the timeout when they did, if they got to a 4th down, they wouldn't have had any time to run it. So they got a little cute with the clock there, but that was a hell of a win. Big time win by Mayfield. Big time win by Tampa. Big time.
Dog, in a must-win 2-minute drill, how many quarterbacks do you think you're taking over somebody like Baker Mayfield?
Well, I take Stafford. I think Stafford's very underrated. You obviously take Mahomes.
Yep.
I think you got to take Josh Allen.
Yep.
I'll leave Burrow
Lamar?
out right now because he's hurt.
Lamar? It's tough.
One thing about Lamar, there's been not many games in his career. They're a front-running team. When they win, they blow you out. When they get into those tight spots, they're not as good. Go look at their losses. 1 possession, Kansas City. 1 possession. Now, last year, Andrews dropped the pass, but, in the 2-point conversion play, they're not quite as good in that spot. Lamar's never really. Now, last year was not his fault. They played well in the game, but you get the idea. Mayfield, I guess you'd have to take Lamar, but I'm not as confident with him. Down 4, 140 to go, no timeouts at their own 20-yard line. I'm not as confident with him as I would be with Allen, Mahomes, Stafford. Not quite as confident.
Does Hurts enter that conversation for you or no?
Not yet.
He's underrated, dog.
He is, but the problem with Hurts is, Stu, there's been anybody. He's got so many great players on his team.
He does.
He is not required to be great to win the game. No. He's got a big offensive line. He's got 2 great receivers, and he's got a Hall of Fame running back in Barkley. He doesn't have to be great for them to win. Allen's got to be great for Buffalo. All right. Mahomes has got to be great for Kansas City. Stafford's got to play well for the Rams. He doesn't have to. He didn't play great last week. He threw 100 yards. He doesn't have to be great for Philadelphia for them to win. Now, he has been great in the Super Bowls, but he doesn't have to be great for them to win. But Hurts is a very, very good quarterback, but I think he's a very good player on a team with a lot of very good players. That's
fair, dog. Are the Chiefs done?
No, definitely not.
No.
But I'd be worried. I got to be worried about them. They were due to have a little falling off anyway. Last year, they won so many close games with the blocked field goal against Denver and the Raider game when the fumble at the day after Thanksgiving. They've won so many close 1-possession games. They were due to have that correct itself, and I think it kind of corrected itself the first 2 weeks of the season. So, but you can't say they're done. Any team with Mahomes and Andy Reid can't be done. I don't know. Do you believe in the Chargers that much? I know they played really well, but do you believe in them that much?
No.
I'd be concerned. I wouldn't say done. I'd be concerned.
Stu, since the playoffs expanded to 12 teams in 1990, only 12.2% of teams made the playoffs after starting 0-2.
Now, remember, that's a good stat, but out of all those teams, how many had Mahomes at quarterback?
Fair.
I'm looking Zero.
None of them.
I mean, Aikman was 0-2 that one year in '93. They made. That's the one thing that he is an equation. You got to put him in the equation because that's a great stat. But that Mahomes variable does change the percentage a little bit from 12% upward, whatever it might be.
Dog, speaking of the Chargers, you're a big deal. You're at ESPN. Can you do me a favor? Can you stop them from doing these Monday night doubleheaders? 10 o'clock, 10:15 after a Saturday and a Sunday. The one game and I'm good. The one game and I'm good.
I agree. Now, the other games this year for them are going to be at 8:15. They're going to play at 7:15 and 8:15. So they're going to overlap. But that's a little better because then you can see the fourth quarter of the second game. You're right. I did not watch that. I don't know if you guys did. I had it on for a couple minutes. I didn't watch the Raiders and the Chargers. I can't stay up till 1:30 in the morning on a Monday night, as you said. After Texas A&M and Notre Dame, after the Atlanta Sunday night game, the Giant Cowboy game, I'm a little football fatigued by Monday night at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't watch it either. That game doesn't do well rating-wise. I don't know why they did it this way this time, and maybe because it was in Vegas. They have time difference. I also don't like the idea that fight started at 12:50 at night either. That's a joke on Saturday night. That drove me crazy. 10 of 1 in the morning, we're going to start a fight. I mean, really? They came into the ring at 12:30 at night.
It's ridiculous.
That's freaking ridiculous. On a Saturday night, Stu? That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's
absurd.
ridiculous. You can't do it at 11:15. You can't get in the ring at 11:15 at night.
I mean, 10:15 preferably. Maybe 9:15, dog, as I get older here.
You're right.
Dog, Mets or Yankees? Best chance to make it to the World Series?
I'd say the Yankees because the American League is a little more wide open. The Dodgers, we don't know really. I know everybody's down on them, and rightfully so, bullpen. But, they do have Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman. They do have, Kershaw, Glasnow, Yamamoto, and Snell. They have pedigree. The Phillies are good. Milwaukee's had a great year. That American League is wide open. Detroit, who knows? Seattle's never done a thing in postseason play. Toronto doesn't have a great bullpen. Yankees will also be home in the first round. The Mets will be on the road at Dodger Stadium. So I would say the Yankees a better chance myself.
You have to place an amount of money on a team right now to win an amount of money that means something to you, dog. So that's a lot of money, okay? An amount of money on a team to win the World Series. Who is dog going with?
Seattle.
Really?
Seattle's playing well right now. They won 10 in a row.
I know.
They got pretty good pitching. They got the lineups, they're third or fourth in the league in home runs. Their lineup's a little better. Rawley's got 56 homers. They're due to do something. I look at those kind of bets, Stu. Who is due to get lucky? Baseball, it's very unpredictable.
Yes.
What franchise out there is due to have the gods smile on them a little bit? So I would take Seattle. And the odds will be decent.
Yep. I was just going to say on FanDuel, the Mariners to win the World Series are plus 900. And, Dog, you mentioned Ohtani. We didn't get to it, but Ohtani pitches 5 no-hit innings, and then they take him out. Of course, they lose the game after that. What happened to the days where a pitcher didn't leave a game until he gave up a hit?
Oh, it's a major problem.
It is.
Baseball's lost the entertainment aspect of the big pitcher in a big spot.
Yep. Pettit, Cone. Yep.
Nobody enjoys watching the big pitcher, 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, navigating that lineup with good hitters to see if that pitcher can complete the game or win the game in the playoffs or whatever. Tom Seaver against the Reds in 73 had a 1-0 lead, bottom of the 8th. Rose hit a homer and Bench hit a homer. He lost 2-1. Now, the Mets won that series. That was classic baseball. 3 Hall of Famers going head-to-head there at the end of a ball game. You don't have that anymore. It would be some obsolete reliever who Rose was facing or who Bench was facing. And that's the negative. Jordan plays in the last 5 minutes of a game.
Right.
The last drive of the game, Josh Allen's in the game. They don't take the goalie out in hockey in the third period. It's a major problem in baseball that their big star pitchers don't pitch in big games after the 6th, 7th inning. It's a major problem.
Dog, you can only listen to, and I'll let you go in a second. I know you got to run here. You're a busy man. You can only listen to one Bruce Springsteen song for the remainder of time. Which one you going with? You can only choose one, dog. That's it.
Wow.
It's a tough one.
I'll give you something I'll give you something that's weird. I like the song. You've heard If I Fall Behind. That's a good song. It's on the chat. By the way, this new Springsteen movie is good. Have you guys seen the trailer?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
I've seen the trailer.
The trailer is great. Stugotz, you didn't see it?
No, did not see it yet. No.
Are you a big Bruce fan?
I like Bruce, yes.
Did you see Complete Unknown?
I have not seen Complete Unknown, dog. No.
What are you doing?
Doggy, I'm on it. It's a homework assignment. I got it.
What are you doing?
I'm watching sports.
You could put the dopey movie on. Come on a Friday night. What are you watching? Royals, Indians? I mean, you could put the freaking movie on.
I will. I'll put it on for you. I've
not seen that, but the Springsteen movie comes out October 24th. Looks pretty good. Jeremy White, Jeremy Strong. It looks good, but I would pick that one. Something different. You know, we've heard Rosalita, Born to Run, Promised Land, Badlands so many freaking times. Let's do something a little different.
Dog, how was it, your interactions with Timothy Chalamet around A Complete Unknown?
Great. You know,
Really?
you know that story, Stugotz, about Timothy Chalamet? You know that story with Chalamet?
I do, but I'd like you to tell the audience if you don't mind.
So the premiere was December 19th in the city, New York.
Yes.
And I had talked about Complete Unknown all over the place for 6 months. And I didn't know about the premiere. Well, my next door neighbor went because he's the agent of Monica Barbero, who played Joan Baez.
Right.
So that's how I knew about it, but they did not invite me. So I went on First Take and I went nuts. How the hell could you not? I've been sitting here for months talking about this stupid movie, and I did it on First Take that they're mad about. The next day, Chalamet reached out to me via Instagram. He called his company, said, you got to call Russo's agent and get him and give him a choice. So the movie, I forget who directed, I forget what, Searchlight. They gave me a choice of going to London, Paris, or Rome to the European premiere. Wow. So I went January 14th. I took my daughter, whose birthday is the 15th. I went, she was 24. I took her to London for essentially 36 hours. I flew on the night of the Ram-Viking playoff game, and I had the Rams. I flew on that night. I did
It's an important detail. That's a very important detail, Dougie. Thank you.
Yeah. I flew that night. I got to London at 11 a.m. I got the hotel for 2 nights, so I was able to check in. That night, I went to the premiere at the Nations Theatre in London. Chalamet gave me 10 minutes. Nicest guy in the world. Pictures, the whole bit. Saw the movie and flew back that next morning at 8:35 and was in my driveway at noon. That's pretty good. That's
a hell of a 36 hours right there, dog.
How about that?
I mean, I love that you use it First Take to get tickets to all the big events. I mean, it's great.
I can't go to the U.S. Open freaking final, but I can go to Chalamet in London. Come on now, that's not fair. But that was a good one. And he was the nicest kid in the world, 29 years of age, nicest kid in the world. I have to say that too.
All right, some quick ones. You can only choose one here. You can only play one sport for the remainder of your life. Golf or tennis? Which one?
My leg is bad right now, so I'd have to say golf.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
You can only reference one of these two gentlemen for the remainder of your radio career. Johnny Unitas or Bob Cousy? Doggy! You can only reference one of them. I mean...
Cousy.
Okay. You can only watch one sport for the remainder of your life. Which one?
NFL football.
Because you have to, right?
And I can bet it.
Yes. You could play a set of tennis and have a little lunch afterwards with any tennis player from the history of the sport. Who you going with? Just one person. You play a set and then you sit down and have some lunch, you know?
I did that with Connors already. I did it in Santa Barbara with the golf, so it wouldn't be him. Okay. I've done that with McEnroe because he's from here, so I wouldn't be him. I had Federer in studio last May. He was great, so I wouldn't do him for that reason. So let me come up with somebody... I've had Laver in studio. I've had Sampras on. I've had Agassi on with his book. So let me come up with somebody that would be different. And I knew Newcomb pretty well. Wow, who would I
should have put Newcomb on the name you couldn't reference list.
you know what? I think he's fun, and I think if you get him in that attitude, he'd be good. I'll say Djokovic. because he's
Wow.
smart and he'd be fun. I say him.
All right, full circle stuff here, dog. Novak Djokovic's number is in my contact list. I'll send it to you, okay?
I think you're gonna have a better contact list than me. So I gotta win now. I gotta win.
Listen, you spend your time at ESPN trying to get tickets to the big events. I spent my 10 years at ESPN getting everyone's phone number. That's what I did. Doggy, you're the greatest. Check it out, 3 to 6, Mad Dog Sports Radio, Sirius XM.
I'll see you soon.
I will speak to you Friday, 5:05, Doggy.